Welcome to Upward Spiral Yoga, the fastest growing YouTube yoga channel in the country. Fastest growing because it's not that hard to go from 1 viewer to 2 viewer and raise your viewership by 100%, literally overnight. I'm Greg Riley and I am your yoga teacher. And the reason for that is that I teach yoga for everybody. I'm not here to teach the fighter pilots or the Top Guns. I teach people who say that they can't do yoga. I've met many of them over my 20 years of teaching yoga. And I myself am just a very average individual. I don't have extreme range of motion. But I do have the ability to talk, and I've got the ability to encourage, and I've got the ability to show things in a lot of different ways. So if you want the benefits of yoga without the capacity to be on the cover of Yoga magazine, I'm your man. So stick with me, we'll get to the promised land together. And this opening class is literally going to be less than 5 minutes of something that I call joint juice, which is good for 2 reasons. First, it's legal now. And second, because it's a great way to just get the joints of your body open, relaxed, free, loose. And if you just did this sequence once a day, you could skip the down dogs and the warriors and the splits and hanging from chandeliers and all the other excruciatingly painful stuff and really be able to live more enjoyably in your body. Ready to do some joint juice with me? I think you'll like it. Can you sit like this on the floor? Do you have to cross your legs into some odd pretzel and experience a compound fracture in order to feel better about yourself? No, you just sit regular. And if this doesn't feel so good, have a blanket nearby and just park your butt up on top of a blanket. Plus, I'm the only yoga channel on all of YouTube that has this wonderful cat whose name is Ms. Peeps. And I've also hired her because viewership goes up by over 600% when she's on the camera. So are you ready? So we're sitting, and you close your eyes, and it goes dark. This may cause you to panic. Just breathe. If you simply sit and breathe for a moment, you will have actually qualified for doing some yoga today. Follow the inflow and the outflow of your breath. Another one of my extraordinarily wonderful teaching techniques is I sneak in meditation. If you close your eyes and don't die and breathe and watch your breathing for a minute, you will accrue the beginning benefits of meditation. Good, open your eyes. It wasn't that bad, was it? You're still alive. Now, just go like this with your shoulders. A lot of times when I have trouble explaining a principle, I just say, go like this. Am I doing some weird, unusual human range of motion? Nope, just taking the shoulders around. Now, cleverly, I'm polishing my kneecaps at the same time. Now, go like this, go the other way. So we're opening up the range of motion in our shoulders. And I would say, in a general sense, since I am teaching a broad range of students, if you're not within the range of being able to go like this with your shoulders, then you're probably not my student. There's somebody else on YouTube for you. Out of the 8 billion people teaching yoga on YouTube, somebody has to be at the end of the spectrum where you can't sit and move your shoulders. Okay, drop your chin, take your head around. 1. Maybe you have a horribly restricted range of motion in your neck, and it doesn't go so much in a circle as it goes in a square. That's okay. Good, now go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now relax your head down for approximately 22 seconds. Why 22 seconds? because of the wonderful things it does. Try to stop thinking and notice that you can't, but at least if you're observing your thinking, it's likely to perhaps slow down a little bit. Good. Bring your face back. So already we've done our neck and our shoulders. And for those of you who've never done yoga before, you can no longer say that. You've now done yoga and you've done it for one day in a row. Now, the sitting and leaning forward thing, that's so hard for a lot of people. So just put your fingertips down, because that means you don't have to go so far down. Walk your hands forward. And another one of my teaching principles is teaching things mild, medium, and spicy. So I'm at the phase of my development. By the way, I'm 65 years old. You'd never guess it. People say I don't look a day over 64. I tell them 65 is the new 64. So I often don't do the spicy stuff. We'll just come down, and I'm going to come to what I would call medium. You might be up here at mild, or you can come all the way down and bring your head all the way down to the floor. Is there advantage to going too far? I've often thought so. I've usually gone too far in almost everything I've ever done. But there's something to be said for balance, the middle ground. Relax your chin, close your eyes, and just feel where the sensation is in your body. Perhaps you haven't done much yoga in the last millennia, so you notice that you don't feel anything. Your body is a big block of black ice and you don't feel anything anywhere. Boy, are you in the right place. Now, come on up. Another principle of teaching, especially my teaching, which is now your teaching, is pose, counterpose. If we did a forward fold class, what would come next? A back bend. We would lift up and do the opposite of a forward fold. Or as Stephen Wright used to say, if chairs had the seat going the other way, how would you sit? Well, you'd lean back a little bit and you'd just lift up your hiney and you'd sink down. Now, chances are you can cross your legs the other way. Are we creatures of habit or what? Does this way feel like the weird way? It does, because you're so habituated in doing it that old way. So if nothing else, if you just visit the asymmetrical sides of various poses, you will be doing yourself a great service, and you'll also balance your corpus callosum, the cable that connects the left and right hemispheres of your brain. Thus, you will achieve holistic synchronicity, which is an indication that I have no idea what I'm talking about. So come on down, spread your hands open wide. Now waddle your behind for two reasons. It helps to relax your hips. Reason two, it's fun. Come on down. Now hold still. Now when you were a 2-year-old, you hated to be told to hold still. So hold still, just breathe. And again, feel into the areas of your body that are either offering sensation, perhaps unpleasant or difficult or unusual, awkward, or no sensation at all. And come on up. And then take your hands. This is called external rotation. Try to touch your elbows together. I can't. See, in my teaching, I'm going to continuously encourage you, because usually the teacher is the most skilled person in the class. That is not the case. That's why I am accessible and so many other yoga teachers are inaccessible. Yay. Lay your hands behind you with your arms in external rotation. Lift up your butt. And on an exhalation, come down. Another great yoga principle is we frequently time our movements to coincide with inhalation and exhalation. After a while, that'll make sense. At the start, you're probably holding your breath and likely to asphyxiate without the teacher occasionally saying inhale and exhale. So that does one of two things. A, it keeps you alive if you're not breathing. B, as you become more skillful in your practice, you'll be able to coordinate your movement with the inflow and the outflow of your breath. Great. Do you realize we're 1 minute away from being done with our 5-minute joint juice? So stick your legs out and then cross your right ankle over your left knee. And again, if you can't sit and cross your right ankle over your left knee, you're not in the right class. You need to find the spectrum of teachers who could explain to you what to do when you can't cross your ankle over your knee. But if you're in that incredibly wide swath of humanity who probably can at least sit and cross their ankle over the top, you've found your teacher. And now you want to subscribe to my channel and tell all of your friends everywhere you found a yoga teacher who's accessible, extraordinarily funny, filled with grandiosity and ego, and who's going to take you to the promised land. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try cracking your toes. Crack a toe. They may not crack. Good. Now, from here, stick your foot out. Grab this one. You don't have to put it behind your head yet. Put it here. The good thing about my class is nobody has to be able to count to more than 8. In this case, just 4. Other way, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now recross your legs and they'll be back in the habitual fashion that you're used to. We're going to conclude today's rigorous yoga class with chanting of Om because we have things to do. My microwave just went off with my coffee in it. I'm a yoga teacher who loves coffee, and I'm not one of those people who's going to give it up. So once again, I'm your man. So we're going to chant Om, which is a mantra. It's a sound you make that has no meaning, and you don't have to figure it out, which is really relaxing. It has no meaning. You don't have to figure it out. And 3, it makes you feel relaxed. If you need more reasons than that, I'm not your teacher, but because those 3 reasons are valid for you, you don't have to figure it out. It has no meaning, and it makes you feel good. You found your teacher. So we're going to take a big inhale, and we're going to chant Om, and if you creak and croak and make dust comes out of your mouth, you're in the right place. Big inhale. Big inhale and exhale. Good. Now, did you notice that your Om may have been of a different duration than mine? Yours may have been longer or shorter, but when it comes to chanting, size doesn't matter. Sighs do. S-I-G-H-S. We're looking to cultivate a relaxed and peaceful mood when we chant Om. So we don't compare ourselves in upward spiral yoga for everybody. We do what we can, and we realize comparison is the thief of joy. Thank you for joining for today's introductory session of Upward Spiral Yoga with Greg Riley. Hit the subscribe button down below, and if you stick with me for the days, weeks, months, and years ahead, we will be elevated to a higher state of consciousness, characterized by feeling much better in our meat vehicle, which is what I call our human body. Thanks for joining. Namaste, and we'll see you next time.